A touch, but he can't hold on to it. And then it's going to be cleared away here by Jacobs. Up towards Osimhen, who controls it impressively on his chest, but he can't pick out Yilmaz with the pass. And Virgil van Dijk regains possession for Liverpool, who've got to keep their nerve here, keep calm. There's a long way to go tonight. There's a long way to go in this two-legged tie. But it's not been a good start for Liverpool, who should have scored early, but have conceded early. Noah Lang picks up possession, sets off towards the halfway line of the left wing, veering infield to give the ball to Gabriel Sala. He's under pressure from Szoboszlai, and a bit dangerously on the edge of his own penalty area, rolls it back to Bardakchuk. And then they'll work it out to the right-hand side. Wilfred Singo. Ekitike sprints over to put pressure on him there. Liverpool are definitely making it difficult for Galatasaray to break out to their final third tonight. But the Turkish champions are now up to the halfway line. And this is Lucas Torreira once again. Back again to Davison Sanchez, and he'll turn and roll it back to the goalkeeper, Takir. So Liverpool behind and conceding from Galatasaray's first attacking set piece of the night.
Yeah, so disappointing from Liverpool's point of view because they had started well, but here come Galatasaray.
Osimhen, it's 3-on-2 here. Gives it to his right-hand side to Yilmaz into the penalty area. Van Dijk was covering the pair of them and did really well there. He stood up in front of Osimhen, and then as soon as the pass was played, he sprinted across to block the attempted cross of Yilmaz, and then the referee's whistle blows for a foul on Kirkes, and that's a free kick to Liverpool on the edge of their own penalty area. Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0.
Yeah, he did really well there, Virgil van Dijk. He had to stop that cross coming in because Osimhen was in the middle. He was unmarked, but he did really well in a 1v1 situation against Yilmaz. But Liverpool, all of a sudden, from looking so comfortable and confident in the first 5 minutes or so, they conceded that goal, and it's really rocked them.
First ever Champions League goal for Mario Lemina. First of this season for Galatasaray, for the Guinea-Bissau player too, as Mo Salah tries to come forward down the right-hand side. Was that a foul on Noah Lang? He's down on the deck. The referee says to play on. Salah to the byline down the right-hand side. Davison Sanchez has been dragged out of the centre. Gives it back to Joe Gomez. Crossing to the centre is cut out just about by Jacobs. But Galatasaray can't hold on to possession for long. It falls to Craven Birch, who...
मामा ने दूध बोला था वो भी ले लेता हूँ और सीजर्स बोले थे वो भी उठा लेता हूँ और क्या चाहिए था हाँ चावल ले लेते वो भी ले लेता हूँ और एक कप ब्रेड ले लेता हूँ बस.
Yeah, that press from Liverpool, though, has been exceptional. They're trying to pin Galatasaray in whenever they've got the ball. The problem is that if they miss that press out, suddenly they're in at the back line, and they've got dangerous players in Yilmaz and Noah Lang and Othman who've got pace to burn, and that is a concern for Liverpool.
There are 3 Champions League last 16 ties being played later on this evening with 8 o'clock kickoffs, 2 of them involving English teams. Will bring you commentary of Newcastle against Barcelona from St James's Park. That's an 8 o'clock start here on 5 Live. Noah Lang down the left-hand side again, sends in a cross which Virgil van Dijk has to do a diving header to clear away. Back in again from Jacobs. Osimhen's header is only just off target. Rising at the far post. The player with the protective mask across his face wins the header again, and that was agonisingly close to a second goal for Galatasaray tonight.
Yeah, well, Joe Gomez finding life a little bit difficult down this right-hand side because he's getting no help, and Canate got isolated in a 1v1 situation with Noah Lang. As the ball comes back out, he's caught in almost the right-back position. Van Dijk's isolated in the middle. Othman gets the jump on him. He should score. He should do better.
The athleticism of Osimhen to get up high enough. I mean, Virgil van Dijk's beside him and doesn't jump. And I think, you'll give me the defensive view in it, Stephen, but I think that Van Dijk thought, oh, that's going above us, we can't get that. And Osimhen somehow finding the spring in his heels. Mind you, having leapt to that absolute extreme of his capacity, then it was difficult to get it on target as well.
Yeah, it was. I mean, to complete everything so well was always going to be tough, but like you say, Connor, the athleticism, the jump was magnificent from Osimhen. I still think he should score once he's in that position. But Van Dijk, I think, was just beaten by the quality of the cross.
Liverpool are in Istanbul this evening on 5 Live BBC Sounds and BBC Radio Merseyside. The early goal from former Premier League player Mario Lemina as Galatasaray leading. Position with Ismail Jacobs, who has played in all of Galatasaray's Champions League games this campaign. Ekitike seemed to have pushed the defender single there as the ball came towards the pair of them. And the Spanish referee tonight, Jesus Gil Manzano, blows his whistle. And that is a free kick to Galatasaray, 15 yards or so inside their own half. We're just getting to see the replay of it here. And as Ekitike came across, he was just looking at the opponent there. He wasn't looking at the ball. That was a foul.
Yeah, he's almost playing off the left-hand side of Katike with Florian Wirtz being in the team, and it's almost like they've got Szoboszlai and Wirtz just behind him, and then he's wandering out to the left-hand side because Wirtz likes to be in that central position, but out of possession, it is definitely a three of Salah, Ekatike and Wirtz on the left.
Down goes to Bondakchuk, and he's been fouled. And that is a free kick to Galatasaray. Bondakchuk, the Turkish international defender, he's won 3 Turkish league titles in his career. Ekatike giving away 2 free kicks in very close succession. Ball cleared away by Davison Sanchez down the right wing. Boris Yilmaz putting pressure on Kirkes. Kirkes stands his ground on the edge of the penalty area that Liverpool are defending, and Kirkes has done well to clear it away. High up over the halfway line. Singo jumps in the air. Davison Sanchez bit of ball juggling before he clears it away down the right hand side. Then Yilmaz goes down claiming that he was fouled by Kirkes. Referee says no. Liverpool still in possession. Play continues. Joe Gomez up to the halfway line to Mo Salah on the right wing. It's a game that's been played with all the intensity you'd expect of a last 16 tie in the Champions League. There's been unforced errors from both teams in the early stages here. We're into the 15th minute now. Galatasaray leading Liverpool by an early goal to 0. Challenged by Singo on Wirtz on the far side, and the ball goes out of play for a Liverpool throw.
Yeah, crowd really getting behind the home team now, understanding the intensity that they can play at. Now they've got a little bit of confidence as well. But Liverpool just out of sync with the passing a little bit, firing them in at the wrong time, not appreciation on the pass for the player receiving the ball.
The official timing of the Mario Lemina goal tonight, 6 minutes and 32 seconds. It's the fastest goal Galatasaray have ever scored in a knockout game of the Champions League, and it continues what has been a bit of a problem for Arne Slot all season with defending corners. That is the 10th goal now that Liverpool have conceded from corner kicks this season in all competitions. As Bondakchuk again is backpedaling because Szoboszlai had made a run forward, but the defender wins the header, and then it's down the deck again for Wilfried Singo, and Galatasaray bring it over the halfway line again.
When you talk about the defensive set pieces, I think the goal sums up everything. Alexis McAllister trying to pick up Osimhen, but I've seen that so many times this year from Liverpool, where I understand it, you want to leave your 2 big players free. But also as well, if your 2 big players mark their big players, they can't win the headers, or they're under more pressure than they would be from Alexis McAllister. So I think it's their own downfall, if I'm being completely honest.
Liverpool on the attack. Ekatike wins a throw-in level with the edge of the penalty area that Liverpool attack. Joe Gomez takes that throw-in, gives it to Szoboszlai. Forward to the feet of Ekatike. Good ball. Salah, McAllister, chance for Wirtz. Shot on target is saved. And Shakir makes a really good stop there. That's another big chance in the game for Florian Wirtz. He's about 10 yards out. He kicked it low down into the turf, and it was propelled away by the keeper.
Yeah, he scuffs it, but why don't Liverpool players want to shoot? Great opportunity for Alexis McAllister to get his shot away. Wants to play the next killer pass into Florian Wirtz, but I thought McAllister should have taken that shot on himself. Wasted opportunity again from Liverpool.
It's a slick build-up, a flurry of passes to get into the penalty area. But as you say, Stephen, maybe one pass too many once they were in the box.
Yeah, they just want that perfect goal, don't they? They want to make sure, but even the chance when it came to Florian Wirtz, he had to take a touch. It wasn't the perfect pass into him. It was fired into him. So he had to take a touch, and then he almost scuffed his shot into the ground. But Liverpool creating opportunities, but there is that element of danger, the turnover in possession that we know Liverpool are susceptible to this season.
Tonight is the 6th time this season the Champions League that Galatasaray scored the opening goal in a game in this competition, and they've managed to win all but one of them so far. It's been a very good start for Okay Boruk's team. Kirkes' possession for Liverpool back inside his own half, rolls it to Virgil van Dijk. Galatasaray in their red and yellow halves, Liverpool in their green, their third kit tonight. Mo Salah gets possession on the right hand side, good low ball into the edge of the D. Szoboszlai tries to return it to Mo Salah, but good covering there by Ismail Jacobs again. Jakobsen, the ball is cleared away. Colony comes first, Kanate, who drills it in just over the top. Ibrahima Kanate let fly there from outside the box, and that was very close to a Liverpool equaliser.
Yeah, well, he stepped in, Kanate, because he'd win the ball, and then he wins it, and as he steps forward, he almost overplays the ball, and it sits up perfectly for him. Takes the strike. I don't think Shakir would have saved it had it been on target. It was ferocious. It was hit so well. And we're just seeing a replay again of the Florian Wirtz opportunity. He's better than that. He scuffs it completely, bounces it into the ground. And a very comfortable save for the Galatasaray keeper.
Yes, Liverpool trailing to Mario Lemina's early goal from a corner. But if you were to summarise Liverpool's performance so far, two glorious chances for Florian Wirtz. The more replays you see of them, the more straightforward they appear. And he didn't hit either of them well, as Torreira has done a good mopping up job on the edge of his own penalty area here. And Gabriel Sala will break up over the halfway line now. Gloves on as he plays it low into the feet of Noah Lang. More central this time, into the penalty area. Osimhen, scuffed shot comes across the face of goal. And Joe Gomez is able to clear it away. And then the referee's whistle blows. And that's a free kick to Liverpool. And Szoboszlai tries to take it quickly. And Mo Salah now will bring possession for the visitors up to the halfway line. Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0, 18 and a half minutes played on 5 Live.
Yeah, well, there's that danger again. Liverpool pressed really well, but then they commit numbers forward. Sloppy pass into a forward area from McAllister, and then suddenly 3 players out of the game. Easy break for Galatasaray. I have to say, Joe Gomez, very, very calm in that situation at the back post. He just realised that Noah Lang had drifted across the other side of the pitch. He didn't really have anyone in behind him causing him a problem. That's the concern, Connor. The way that they break Galatasaray, Liverpool are just so easy to counter-attack against.
Lots more Champions League football coming up for you on 5 Live later on this evening. Newcastle against Barcelona from St. James's Park.
Get the top restaurants in town delivered straight to your door. Download the Food Panda app and order.
Champions League. Galatasaray. Cheers and boos with Liverpool in possession, and now there'll be a cheer as Galatasaray regain the ball. Back with Bardakchuk on the halfway line. Galatasaray, who were so unsettled in possession in their own final third in the opening few minutes of this game, but now they look much more composed, reinforced by the 1-goal lead they hold.
It's quite interesting with Galatasaray. They're very unbalanced in terms of how comfortable they are on the ball in forward areas, but at the back they are very uncomfortable. But they found a way out again.
Jakobs down the left wing, plays it back to Noah Lang, right-footed delivery, it bounces awkwardly in front of Mehmet. Mo Salah, first time touch to Dominic Szoboszlai. Liverpool are trying to launch a counter-attack here. Galatasaray a bit thin at the back, and Szoboszlai tried to play it over to the left-hand side to Ekitike, but it was cut out. And Galatasaray pick up position and come on a counter-attack of their own. And the game is wide open at the moment. Alexis McAllister lunges in and commits a foul near the half. Line, free kick to Galatasaray midway through the first half. Galatasaray leading Liverpool by a goal to 0 in the Champions League last 16.
Basketball game, absolute basketball game in the way that it's being played, end-to-end stuff. Liverpool with very little control, Galatasaray with no control either, but both teams wide open at both in midfield and at the back, and at the top end of the pitch there's better quality from both teams. I have to when I watched Dominic Szoboszlai then, he did the right thing in not playing the pass too early. Florian Wirtz was offside, but then he just took a heavy touch.
Will allow this out of play. It goes out right down by the corner flag. Did I go for a corner? It must be a corner the way the players are all moving to deep position of the penalty. So another corner. That's right. Liverpool need to be on high alert there.
Two set pieces since the goal. Virgil van Dijk won both headers. He's made sure that he's picked up the big players. He's got to be committed to making sure he's taking control.
Salah comes across to take the latest Galatasaray set piece. Here it comes. Corner kick, left footed, played it. Osimhen peeling away the line post, tried a spectacular volley, but it came awkwardly off his boot. It actually cleared outside the penalty area. It's like a defensive clearance. On target save by Mamardashvili. Davison Sanchez, who had stayed up for the corner, did brilliantly to power that header down towards the bottom left-hand corner as he faces the goal. But Mamardashvili in for the injured Alistair makes a really important save.
It's an outstanding save, Connor. It's absolutely incredible. The athleticism to get down to his right-hand side and save it. Sanchez thinks it's in. He's wheeling away. He gets in between Van Dijk and Canate. What a game we've got.
Davison Sanchez, who scored against Juventus in the last round, his first ever Champions League goal. Terrible corner this time. Gabriel Sarri, you rarely see that actually. Corner kick comes in and hits the side netting. Regardless of not beating the first defender, that barely got on the pitch. He just kicked it straight out to Gabriel Sarri. 25 minutes played. Galatasaray 1, Liverpool nil.
I'll talk about Van Dijk taking control of the set pieces, and then that corner came in. It was Osimhen again on Alexis McAllister, and he had the opportunity to get the shot at goal. Got it horribly wrong. But Liverpool at 6s and 7s from set pieces.
Liverpool struggling to defend set pieces, and they've not taken the chances that have come in their way. Nanason, who's having quite a stressful time of it, losing in the Premier League at Wolves this night last week. Not had much comfort in the opening 25 minutes of this game tonight. The goal from Mario Lemina separating the teams in Istanbul. They'll do it all again next week in the second leg back at Anfield. The winner of this time will play either Paris Saint-Germain or Chelsea in the quarter-final. Free kick to Liverpool. Dominic Szoboszlai standing over it. And we know that he likes to hit from distance, but even for his capabilities, this is surely too far out. Got lots to wait for though. Canate and Van Dijk have both made their way forward into the penalty area. Here it comes from Szoboszlai. Floated to the box. Canate wins the header, but it's straight to the gloves, to the stomach area of goalkeeper Urgatan Çakır, and he holds on to that one comfortably.
Yeah, tough header for Canate. It's just almost flicked up by Szoboszlai into an area, and then Canate under huge pressure. That's the pressure that Liverpool should be putting Galatasaray players under. Not an easy header at all, comfortably gathered by the goalkeeper.
Okay, the Galatasaray head coach, he puts his faith in experience of the teams left in the Champions League. Galatasaray, the oldest average age. And you can see, they're all sturdily built. There's no naivete in this Galatasaray team. And while Liverpool should have the technical ability to be better than their opponents tonight, in terms of physicality, there's no shirking away from Galatasaray.
No, and also the experience of playing under pressure as well. Got that mentality of going up a goal ahead and understanding how to play this game and not being fearful of getting on the ball.
Here is Boris Yilmaz attacking down the right wing. Osimhen is in the centre. Centre the cross, which flashes in front of him. Noah Lang is going to keep it in play on the left wing. Still danger for Liverpool to be aware of. Lang, the Dutch international, sends it across. Ibrahim Canate wins the header on the edge of the 6-yard box. It comes down for Jakob. Galatasaray still on the attack down the left hand. Noah Lang makes it beautifully into the area. Jakob's low across the face of goal. And Canate has to scramble it away. Liverpool remain under intense pressure whenever Galatasaray comes forward.
Lang looks like a world beater on this left-hand side for Galatasaray. Giving the ball, wants to take people on. Lovely little scoop over the head of Salah and Gomez into Jakobsen. He just can't pick out Osimhen. It's Canate in that front post area, cutting out the danger.
Noah Lang, who started this season with Napoli in Italy. Came in the transfer window to Galatasaray tonight. It's his 40th Champions League game. He's experienced at this level. Salah here plays the ball up to Ekitike, still 10 yards inside his own path. Tries a backheel to return it to Salah. That doesn't work. Jakobs regains possession. Galatasaray are the team on top of the moment. This is Salah coming in off the left wing. Canate's been dragged out of position. Now to the middle. Lemina returns into the box. Salah, Canate was there. Pushes it. Well, it was more of a shoulder than a push. Salah goes down. Referee was close to that. There's no penalty. I'm sure video assistant referee will look at the background, but he didn't really raise his arm Kanate, and I think he'll get away with that one.
Yeah, it's a good old back and shoulder mark from Kanate. He gets along Salah, makes sure that physical with him, doesn't have to get his body in front of him, he just brushes him aside. Good defender from Kanate, but again, Galatasaray, they're just inventive, aren't they, going forward? There's all different ideas as they go into those forward areas, and Liverpool find the life difficult to deal with them.
यार मेरा लैपटॉप खराब हो गया और इस महीने के एंड में मुझे असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट करना है, क्या करूं? अरे ये तो बहुत सिंपल है, पैसे
From a corner, and here comes Salah through the middle of the midfield, to the right hand side. Singo is up, joining the attack, sends in across. It's like Kanate, shoots and puts it over the top. Kanate got away with that one. It should have been cleared by Liverpool's French central defender. And usually, when it falls to Osimhen in the penalty area like that, it usually ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's just lazy from Kanate, switches it off. I think he's worried about Osimhen and where he is. He almost just swipes at the ball rather than just put his foot through it comfortably. That's what loads of time, Connor. He could have taken it down. He was under no pressure. But such is the presence of Osimhen, such is the intensity of this atmosphere, that's just putting Kanate on the back foot. He's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. That's what the atmosphere can do.
If anything, Osimhen would just see the replay. He's hit that too hard. You know, the chance comes and he tries to take the net off, but probably needed a more delicate, accurate shot in that position. He would have had the time to consider it a little bit more. Half an hour played in Istanbul, and I think there's been a clash ahead, certainly a coming together between Mario Lemina and Dominic Szoboszlai, and both players might need treatment here. They jump in the air. It's the arm of Szoboszlai that sort of goes into the side of the neck of Mario Lemina. I don't think it's a particularly firm challenge, but of course any contact with the head, players tend to go down these days, and Lemina will get some treatment. And for the first time since kickoff, a little bit of a breather in a game that's been played 100 miles an hour so far.
Yeah, it certainly has, and Liverpool started 100 miles an hour themselves and should have been 2-3-0 up early on, but Galatasaray got themselves ahead in around about 6-minute mark, much to the annoyance of Arne Slot. But Galatasaray have grown since that goal in stature, in performance, in confidence, in the way that they're taking this Liverpool team on. And Liverpool, they look quite rocked at the moment, and it could have been 2-0 down. Really with an outstanding save from the former Spurs player, Davinson Sanchez, with a brilliant header. Just seeing the replay, aren't we, Connor? That is an outstanding save from Liverpool's goalkeeper.
Davinson Sanchez, who has played every minute of every game in the Champions League this season for Galatasaray, scored his first Champions League goal in the last round against Juventus. Play back underway after treatment for Mario Lemina there. Galatasaray leading Liverpool by a goal. Now, this is a big deal for Galatasaray. The first time in 12 years that they've reached the last 16 of the Champions League. They're the only Turkish club that has ever won a major European trophy. They beat Arsenal in the final of the old UEFA Cup in Copenhagen 26 years ago. In terms of the European Cup Champions League, they've been semi-finalists in the past. After a few years of the wilderness of unreal business end to this competition, Galatasaray want to go places. I mean, they've invested so much money bringing in the likes of Osimhen, and now they've got a lead against Liverpool, which, if anything, they'll be a little bit disappointed that they haven't built on. Foul in the midfield here on Gravenberch gives the free kick to Liverpool, who have possession of the central third.
They're a team of misfits, aren't they, Galatasaray, in terms of the Premier League? So they know the tempo of the Premier League. They understand that what Liverpool will bring, so they're used to that. Got that experience of playing against these players as well.
More pass by Alexis McAllister, relinquishes possession. Galatasaray back to the goalkeeper, Çakır. His long right-footed clearance goes high up over the halfway line. Joe Gomez backpedaling, wins a header. And it's twisted down and just about controlled by Noah Lang. Plays it off the defender out for a Galatasaray throw. Way inside Liverpool territory. Left-hand side of the field as Galatasaray come forward. 13 minutes to go until the break. 5 live BBC sounds and BBC Radio Merseyside tonight. Liverpool in Istanbul and trailing by a goal to nil. Jacobs to take the throw. Powers it in towards the edge of the penalty area. Florian Wirtz is going to try and get close to Yilmaz, but he can't get a touch of the ball. This is Singo, midway inside Liverpool territory. Plays it up to the impressive Salah. Oh, he's done really well to turn Gravenberch, but then runs into Kanate and down he goes, and Galatasaray fans are screaming for a free kick. The referee says no, though, and Liverpool are able to continue. But Zara, he certainly looks a player.
Oh, he certainly does, and he just overran the ball ever so slightly, so he knew he wasn't getting there. So he tried to kid the referee, hoped that he will get that. Liverpool now again struggling. Yilmaz taking on Milos Kerkez, and Kerkez booked for that foul. They're playing so well. The sharper Galatasaray. That's not a yellow card.
Let's see the replay of it. Boris Yilmaz with Kirkis behind him.
Oh, maybe it is.
I think he sort of does. I mean, see, whenever a player outside in possession slows down, the defender comes into the back of them, it's always a free kick, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he just stood on his ankle though, didn't he?